And welcome. This week I'm going to be doing a short review on a pair of heated gloves. As you get older and you find your circulation declines, winter becomes a bit of a chore on the motorcycle. Now, one of my bikes is fitted with heated hand grips, but I've got more than one motorcycle, so I really wanted something that was portable between all three motorcycles. So on my last birthday, my wife bought me a pair of DRIRIDER heated gloves, and this is a short review on those gloves. So I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer and we'll take a look at them. Well, here they are here. This is the DRIRIDER Phoenix heated glove. I'm not sure whether there are other gloves in their range, but this is the one that we bought, and this is the one I'm familiar with. The controls are fairly simple. There's just a little switch on the back here. All you do is you hold it down for about 3 seconds, and it turns on. And it turns on in high. You push the button again, goes to medium. Push the button again, it's in low. And if you hold the button down again for 3 seconds, it turns off. Now, I'm told that they last roughly around 10 hours when fully charged. And you actually use a USB charger to charge them. I'll take the battery out now of one of them. There's a little Velcro pouch in the base of the glove here. So that's the battery there. And you just plug that into a USB charger via a special lead that comes with it, and it takes a few hours to charge. Now, if we look at the construction of the glove, it's got hard reinforcement over the knuckles, some little pads here. The palm is a mixture of synthetic and leather, and the back is predominantly a synthetic. Now, the one thing I did find with these gloves is that they are very stiff when new. This particular size is quite a large one. I can't remember where the sizing was. Oh, here we are. This is a 2XL, and it's actually took a bit of breaking in. It was quite a few rides. The first time I put them on a road, I thought I wouldn't actually be able to operate the controls safely on the motorcycle. So one of the suggestions would be to wear these around the house to break them in a bit. They're actually quite good now, though the little finger I find is still a bit on the stiff side, and that comes down to the strength of my little finger. These are actually quite well insulated, if anything over insulated. They do have a spot on here for use with touch screens, so if you're into modern bikes with touchscreens, you'll be able to use these gloves with no problem. The left-hand glove also has a wiper for your visor, though I did find that actually pulling it off the past the clutch lever, it did have a tendency to catch going in around the grip when I was gripping the grip, and when I was pulling it out, not so much coming out, but going back in. And this edge here would often catch on the clutch lever because they're actually quite bulky. So from that point of view, they do take a bit of running in before they become comfortable. Now, from a heating point of view, I will have to state at the outset, they're nowhere near as hot as heated grips. The heated grips I've got, which are a Oxford pair on my Moto Guzzi, are a lot hotter. The disadvantage with heated grips, of course, is that the palm of your hand gets hot and the back of your hand can often be cold, particularly if you're wearing not particularly well insulated gloves. Using the two together actually works really well. So if you have the heated grips on low and the heated gloves on high, it works really well in our cold winters. The only issue I had was with my thumb, and I think with my forefinger on the throttle side, there's a bit of pressure on the fingers, but that's probably more of a medical complaint for me than it is an issue with the actual gloves itself, because you develop a bit of arthritis in your fingers when you get older, and your circulation certainly declines as you get older. Overall, I'd have to give these, for a construction point of view, these are a 5 out of 5. Comfort level, because they are very stiff and well padded, Comfort level isn't probably as good as I would have liked. Maybe they'll break in a little more. I've probably done about 400 to 500 kilometres in them now, mostly semi-sports riding up through our Yarra Valley, so I've had a lot of clutch and brake usage with them. But overall, I've been quite happy with them. Now, price-wise, in Australia, these retail for around $350 Australian. I'll put the actual price on the screen. I got a bit of a discount on these, but I think the retail price is just over $350 Australian. Obviously a bit cheaper if you're in the USA. It comes with a very simple manual, which just really gives you the basic information of how to set the high temperature, medium and low. The temperatures themselves, in high, it states it will be 55 degrees centigrade, medium temperature is 45 and low temperature is 38. So it's a really brief little manual, it just gives you the basic information. Again, you know, there's a battery in each. The other thing I would say is that there's actually, it's a reasonable weight. I haven't actually weighed them. I'll weigh them and put the actual weight of a pair of gloves on the screen because they're actually a lot heavier than a standard pair of gloves. Anyway, that's the end of this particular short review. Nothing really much more to add. Certainly if you're in the market for a pair of heated gloves, I'd suggest trying them on and trying a few different sizes. The size that seems to fit you first. This is the second pair we got. The first pair were just a little bit too tight and they were an XL. Sizing from different brands is probably a little bit all over the place, so it's well worth checking your size properly before you buy and making sure that they are comfortable. But then again, as I said, they do take a little while to break in. Anyway, that's it for this particular review, and I'll catch you next time.